Yeah. Shelley Winter Show. Live, local, topical, and relevant. We are going to get down this Sunday. Get down this Sunday. Ladies and gentlemen, so let me tell you about my weekend, this past weekend. I would have told you this on Monday, but we went to war, and that dominated our show on Monday. So this past weekend, I had the pleasure of emceeing the Georgia Black Republican Council's gala, masquerade gala. You heard our guest on. We talked about it last week, and I emceed the event. 500 people. Let me tell you why I'm bringing this up. When I first moved down here, I was becoming conservative. I was becoming more conservative, moving from New York. Obviously, I was born and raised a Democrat, liberal, ultra liberal. But I was becoming more and more conservative. Like a lot of people getting older and seeing more of the world. And so when I moved down here, Bill Chappelle was a prominent African-American. He's passed on, God rest his soul, but he was a prominent Republican, African-American Republican in Georgia. And I met him, and he invited me a couple times to concerned black clergy meetings. He used to go every Wednesday, I believe. It was on Wednesdays. He even asked me to speak one time. And then I met Mike Murphy and the Honeycutts. And, you know, but there were very few. And this is the early days of me moving to being more conservative. And it was a process. It didn't happen overnight. It was things that I saw, things that I started to notice, and I just started moving conservative. And I would meet people, and some people you could tell were kind of, but then others, Rufus Montgomery, then I met Rufus, Michael McNeely, I met others, and then I met Leo Smith, and just, and then we started seeing the younger people coming up behind us, Janelle, now King, before she got married, and others, Anissa, and just different people, and you saw the younger people, met Karen Walker, and a bunch of names I can tell you. But as I grew on radio and everything like that, I started meeting more and more. But it was still a small number of people. And if you had a dinner or a gala or something, you might have 50 people in there. You would have had to have it in, a restaurant's, special room. Well, this was at the Freight Depot. 400 some odd people in there, packed. Probably 75, 80% African American. Every single one of them, Republican. It was a sight to see. I mean, it almost brought tears to my eyes because this group in Georgia has grown so much, and that's just a small number. Those are just the people that bought tickets to come to this event. There are many others around the state. There's a video with of a barbershop in Jackson where Burt Jones, in Burt Jones's backyard, two African Americans own the barbershop. They just did a video supporting Burt Jones. There's a lot of people that are becoming more and more Republican in the African American community. It's a good thing. It's a wonderful thing. Wonderful thing. As a matter of fact, in a straw poll from the Georgia Black Republican Council dinner, a straw poll, Burt Jones came out with about 65% of the vote in the straw poll. But let me tell you, one of the things that really that I was struck by, Mike Collins showed up, Burt Jones spoke, Kelvin King spoke, Randall Trammell, who's running for school board, spoke. Randall Trammell dances. He was on the dance floor dancing with his beautiful wife. It was a great event. And one of the things that I noticed was that our power is growing in the state of Georgia. It's also growing nationally, but I'm only concerned with the state of Georgia right now. And we are a force to be reckoned with. Now, right now in the primary, if you polled and if you talked to African-American conservatives across the state, not at that dinner, but just across the state, you'll get people, pockets of Carr supporters, pockets of Raffensperger supporters, pockets of Burt Jones supporters, and you'll even see a growing number of pockets of Rick Jackson supporters. And that's good. That's good. We shouldn't all be on one team. We should be spreading our votes out until a primary comes along. But I'm very proud of our chairwoman, Camilla Moore, because we had 400 plus people at the Georgia Freight Depot. 75, probably 80% of them African Americans, all Republican. And it was a great event. and we're a force to be reckoned with. Now, if you keep your eyes open and keep listening to the show, probably in late March, I'm doing a town hall with the gubernatorial candidates in partnership with the Georgia Black Republican Council. And it's going to be on many issues, but we're also going to focus on issues of importance to the African-American voter. And that's going to be a big deal. And I'm hoping that those listening to me right now who are running for governor, all six, top six, I hope you guys are listening because, if you have something going on that last Sunday in March, right now is tentatively the last Sunday in March, the 29th. If you have something going on, please start now to try and move it. Please. We beg of you. Because I'll say this again, we're a force to be reckoned with. Another force to be reckoned with, on Sunday, this past Sunday, I went to the Jewish Republican Coalition. They had a packed house as well. They had all four Republican candidates speak. Or not all four. They had Chris Carr, Brad Raffensperger, Clark Dean. By the way, I want to talk about Clark Dean and Rick Jackson. All spoke. Chris Carr won that straw poll in that room. And he was very impressive. This is the first time. It's interesting because, everyone knows I'm supporting Burt Jones, but at the end of the day, I'm still fair to everybody, right? And I will tell you, it's the first time that I saw Chris Carr actually campaigning. I know him. I see him at a lot of events. And, hey, Chris, hey, Shelley, or Attorney General. I should use his title, Attorney General Carr. How are you? Hey, Shelley, how you doing? But this is the first time I saw him on a campaign trail, if you will. And he was very impressive. Brad Raffensperger's a little stiff, which we all know. Rick Jackson, he has his story. He tells his story, and it comes off natural because he's telling his truth. It's not something he's making up. And Clark Dean, though, Clark Dean is an interesting candidate. I don't know why this guy's not getting more traction. I'm serious. He's very energetic. He talks like everyone talks in their like he's saying the things on a campaign trail, and it's not an endorsement. I'm just telling you what I observed at the Republican Jewish Coalition. Clark Dean is saying everything that we all say to each other as Republicans, but then when a person is running for office and says that I don't understand why, you know what I mean? I don't get it because he's in line with the things we believe. And I'm not saying that the others are not. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that he says it in such easygoing language and very energetically. It's a good field. It's a good field. It's a very good field, and I like that. I like the field that we have to choose from. And I think that we have good choices. I've made my choice. Others have made their choice. They're not wrong. I'm not wrong. We've just made our choices. But I'm very proud. I'm very proud to have seen and been witness to. Going back to the Georgia Black Republican Council, I am very proud to have seen and been witness to the growth of this organization under Vivian Childs and then now Camilla Moore. The Georgia Black Republican Council put 400 plus people in the Georgia Freight Depot, and candidates came out and people bought tickets, and it was a wonderful thing to see. And it proves the Black Republican in Georgia is a force to be reckoned with. We'll be right back. Shelley Winter Show, 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB-TALK.